Welcome to Shear Wensleydale. We breed Wensleydale sheep in the Yorkshire Dales in the valley that gave the sheep their name. We sell their fabulous fleece, long locks, lustrous yarn and create a variety of handcrafted products. So let me introduce you to Chris and the rest of the family and sheep here at Shear Wensleydale.
We're just going to talk you through some of our products. We have a flock of coloured Wensleydale sheep. You might be able to see them in the background, and a flock of white Wensleydale sheep. And the brown flock, we have two different sort of colours coming through. We've got the darker sheep. They all go nice and blonde on the tips, and then we have got a couple, just only two I think, of sheep that are a grey colour, which again go beautifully blonde at the tips. Different browns, that's a very dark brown again with the blonde tips at the front there. And then we have a flock of white Wensleydales. They are sought after because of their beautiful long locks. And the wool doesn't have any kemp in it at all, which is the short hairs which make it prickly. Wensleydale is known to be very soft wool. Felters love it, crochet, knitting, weaving. It's very useful for that. These are some of our locks which we have dyed, and again they dye beautifully, and the length of the staple does vary, but this particular one here will be from a first shear, which is much longer than some of them. So they are varying lengths, but as you can see, they're very crimped right into the end.
Wensleydales are famous for their long curly locks with the crimp going from top to bottom. The fleece of the white sheep is particularly sought after as its natural lustre brings out the colour. Our coloured sheep can have a variety of locks ranging from black at the root through to sun-kissed blonde at the tips, and we are particularly proud to boast a couple of the very rare silver grey sheep amongst our flock. And obviously we hand dye a lot of our locks and can dye to order. They really are the perfect accessory whether you want to spin, felt, craft or weave.
And the next process is to wash it all, which we've done. We do everything here. We do hand spin some of the wool ourselves, but it does take quite a long time. So we do have some commercially spun, but it is all spun in Yorkshire. And again, this is just a handful of the colours that we can offer.
And you hand dye it, don't you? So often on a lunchtime, I'll come outside and I'll find that the grass in front of the house is full of wool, all being dried in the sunshine.
Different colours. As I say, the wool takes dye beautifully.
The very high lustre really helps the colour come through beautifully.
Yeah. So again, we can really dye any colours that people would like. If there's a specific colour they want for a project, then we're happy to do that.
The wool produced from our Wensleydale sheep is very soft as it contains no kemp and has a very high lustre. We produce it in both an Aran and a double knit weight. We have a range of solid colours available for you to purchase now, but we particularly enjoy it when we start hand dyeing and playing with a range of colours. They're often seen drying on the lawn at the front of the house. We breed the sheep, spin the wool, dye the locks, and then produce beautiful handmade garments. We hope we're inspiring you to do something similar, whether you're a spinner, a knitter, a weaver, a felter, or maybe you even create pom-poms. All made from our own sheep, born and bred here in Wensleydale.
It's hard not to talk about Wensleydale sheep, their fleece and wool, without thinking about what you can produce from it. Here we will showcase some of the products that are available to buy that we've handcrafted, but perhaps we'll just inspire you to make your own. Recently, we've started making a Wensleydale tweed from the sheep's wool. We hand weave the tweed on a loom set up in the house overlooking the field where the sheep graze. We've produced all sorts of different colours of tweed and have gone on to make them into caps, which we're finishing with bespoke linings. We first got into yarn crafts through spinning. Wensleydale is a beautiful fleece to spin, and often spinners will use the locks to produce an arch yarn. Wensleydale locks are infamous amongst felters, but the tops, which are very soft, are also ideal for felting. And we couldn't mention Wensleydale sheep without talking about knitting and crocheting. We've produced all sorts of hats, scarves, shawls, bags, and much, much more using the kaleidoscope of colours. And we use the odd embellishment from locks too. Well, it would be rude not to. If you want to find out more, follow our story on Facebook, visit our website, ring us, or make an appointment to come and see us.
So these are some of our Wensleydale sheep. The Wensleydale is a native breed of sheep, and it's said to be the largest of our native sheep breeds. They're used when they're fully mature to grow up to 90 kilograms, and the tups 120 kilograms. The Wensleydale breed obviously originated in Wensleydale, where we're based. It was first created by crossing a native long wool breed, which is now extinct, with a Dishley Leicester tup known as Blue Cat, and he was born about 5 miles away from us in East Appleton, and he's now said to be buried in our parish church in Hornby, which is about half a mile over that way.
The Wensleydale is a large native breed of sheep, famous for its dreadlocked good looks. The white Wensleydales should have what are known as blue ears and a blue nose, where the coloured sheep range from blacks through browns and even the odd silver grey fleece. The longest locks come from the previous year's lambs. In our flock, the fleece has grown 15 months approximately before we clip it. We do our clip at the end of May, beginning of June, and the difference is dramatic. They're left with just their fabulous fringes. Each spring, we aim to have 2 lambs per ewe, although it is occasionally 3. They're an amazing breed of sheep. They have a superb fleece and are full of character.
Right, so we're now going to go and feed Albert. Albert is our homebred Wensleydale tup. He was born here at Elmfield House 3 years ago, so he's pretty much full grown. Wensleydales tend to mature at 3 or 4 when they reach full growth. We're quite proud of Albert because he is the first homebred tup that we've used on our ewes. So we're going to go and give him his nuts now. He tends to be quite keen for them. Go on then. The tup usually goes in November on bonfire night, and we tend to have lambs towards the end of March, early part of April. I should say, if you do want to learn more about the breed of Wensleydale sheep, the Wensleydale Long Wool Sheep Society Association's website is very, very good. There's a lot of information on there. We do find this society extremely helpful and supportive in trying to promote and develop the breed.
And now for a little bit about us. The 5 of us live together here in Lower Wensleydale on our smallholding. Chris has always had a passion for yarn crafts. Her husband Ted looks after the sheep on a day-to-day basis and is ably assisted by their son Luke. I'm more involved at lambing time as I have the smallest hands, and our son loves to be hands-on wherever he can be. We're nestled in the Wensleydale countryside between Leyburn, Beedale and Richmond. In addition to our sheep and wool business, we also have a small tourism enterprise. We have an on-site 1-bedroom self-catering cottage which sleeps between 2 and 4 people. It enjoys open plan living and views over the local countryside.
So this here is our self-catering cottage, Elmfield Lodge, and just across the way you can see the sheep grazing in the fields in front of the house. Feel free to come and visit us here at Shear Wensleydale. If you make an appointment, we'll happily show you around our selection of wool and fleece. We display it here in the summer house, and just across the other side of our lane you can see all the sheep grazing.